Item sold out, and I have a feeling this one could do the same because this is one of those really cool items that once you realize what it does, you're like, oh my gosh, I really need this. Just like with the iXpand, this is a cool item. It's called Protus. What this is a multimedia DVD recorder. What does that mean to you? That means if you've got old VHS tapes, right? Maybe an old VCR laying around, you want to save those memories onto DVD, you can do it, but not just VHS tapes. You can do, with an AV plug, you can attach things, like you can do camcorders, you can do digital cameras, you know, the
dash cams.
Yeah, dash cams.
Anything
that you want to be able to turn onto a DVD, you can do with this wonderful little unit. You can connect it directly to your HDMI input. You get full HD resolution with this as well.
1080p.
We're going to give you 15 recordable discs to start out, so you can put stuff onto disc. But really, there's no other way to kind of do this anymore. You know, the old the VHS machines are going away.
These are going away. The VCRs, they're not being made anymore.
I mean,
they are completely done. They're not being manufactured at all anymore. The VCR head manufacturing facility has shut down. It's official. So that's not happening anymore. And this is the Protus. So this is going to be the easiest, best way for you to be able to digitize your memories. And you see why you want to digitize your memories, because I'm showing my family video here on my cell phone. Once it's digital, you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on YouTube. It can enjoy a digital life. But while you still have a VCR, or while there's still time to go into a thrift shop and buy a VCR, grab it. Because what you're gonna be able to do with this standalone device is plug it right into the Protus, and anything with AV out will plug in here. So Guy said it could be your old cameras, it could be your old camcorders, it could be a dash cam, it could be a helmet cam, it could be your DVR, it could be anything where you wanna record program shows or family memories, and it's gonna burn it onto a little disc right here. So the disc drawer is on the bottom. You're receiving 15 discs. All you do is plug this in with the included cables to the device that you want to record from, and you simply touch the big red button. That's it. I'm recording now my content onto a DVD disc. When you're done, all you do is simply press the stop button right here, and it's gonna burn all of that content, no matter what was plugged into it, onto a DVD disc. But it gets better. You can even burn onto a USB drive or an SD card. So if you want to convert any type of content into any other content, you're gonna be able to do that with the Protus. And this requires no monitor, no computer. You just plug it into your source, whatever that source may be, and you're gonna be able to digitize those memories. As soon as this disc pops out, you're gonna be able to put that disc into any computer, into any DVD player. Look, it just popped. So it's totally done here, all done, and it will play back all of those memories for you. So then you can enjoy all of that content. Here's the problem, Guy. We've got all of these tapes everywhere. I had a huge box. They had been stored up in our attic. So they were exposed to heat. They were starting to degrade. When is the last time you actually popped in a tape to enjoy it? It's probably been years, right? Maybe decades. I didn't even own a VCR anymore. I realized with them stop being manufacturing, or the manufacturing just stopped, that I needed to go buy one. So I went to a one of the thrift shops, and I got one for $5.
Yeah, you can find them sometimes at Goodwill, places like that.
But you got to get them quick, because people are going to realize they're stopped now, and the prices are going to go up. But grab one really, really quickly and make this a priority. A lot of people still own theirs. They saved it, which is good. And they still work. A lot of them do still work. So here's the problem. You've got all of your old family memories, babies' first steps, weddings, Thanksgivings, Christmases on VHS, and we're not enjoying these. They're going to go by the wayside. They're going to break. They're going to degrade. They're going to fade. And you know, you want to be able to pass it on to future generations. When you have Protus, when you have everything digitized, now you can pass it along to future generations. The video that we're showing you right here, this is 1080p plugged in, so you can actually use this in playback mode to power any TV, so it's actually a DVD player.
That's your husband when he was a baby.
He was a little tiny baby. This is over 35 years old at this point, and it's so much fun to see him as a little tiny guy. I didn't even realize we had this on tape until I went through with my Protus and started digitizing.
And it would disappear very soon after time. You have to realize that the VHS tape is actually that. It's like cellulose material. So it is easily crumbles when it gets hot or moisture, things like that, destroy it. I want you to think about it almost like a leaf on a tree. What happens when it gets dry, right? It crumbles up and it falls apart. That's what cellulose tape does. And so it's not going to last forever, whereas a DVD will last last years and years and years and years and years. Obviously, we don't even know how long DVDs will last at this point, but a very, very, very long
Hundreds,
time.
yeah.
And you can condense the information onto a DVD disc as well. So what we're doing is just taking the information on these old tapes, and you probably have a ton of these old tapes laying around, right? I know I've got them. One of my first jobs I did in television, I was traveling around the world doing a travel
travel show. Oh,
yeah, and so I was in Costa Rica and Hawaii and Guadeloupe and Martinique, all these places all over the world, and it's all on VHS. You know, that's not that long ago. It's like 20 years ago, but it doesn't seem that long ago that we were using these tapes, and then we bumped up and bumped up. But the wonderful thing is I want to keep those tapes. I kind of like them because they're classic, but I do want to put them onto DVD. Think about anniversaries. Think about people that are no longer with us. I have a VHS of my dad. My dad passed away 10 years ago. It was of his retirement when he retired from being a school teacher, and that's the only thing I've got left of him. That's it. Now that goes away. What do you have? I have images on beta that we put onto VHS. Right. It was actually reel to reel, then went to beta, then went to VHS. Yeah,
a lot of these have been converted
of us skiing when we were 3 years old.
Right.
And now my brother's trying to get it from this format onto a DVD, and I'm like, buy this, man.
Do this.
They'll charge you, they'll charge you 25, 30 bucks for one
tape, for each individual tape. Well, and that's the problem too. You can send these off to companies. They do digitize for you. Right. But it can cost a fortune, and you might not have all that much content. These might be only partially full. So to spend that much money per tape is really, really cost prohibitive for so many of us. Do you know, I was able to digitize all of the content on all of these VHS tapes onto one disc. So it's gonna take up less space in your home. You don't have to worry about lugging around those boxes every time you move. You don't have to worry about those boxes up in your attic anymore. You can get rid of these. And maybe they have been transferred over from other media. Maybe it's coming over from Super 8 or something else. That simply means to me that it's been transferred by other members of your family because they want to pass it on to future generations. Don't you want to keep that going? Don't you want to keep those memories going within your family? This is the way to do it, and it's not going to cost you a fortune. You could even use this as a home-based business. We've had so many people call into the show and say, I got the Protis home, and as a standalone device, you know, you can take it to a friend's house, but you could actually put a listing on Craigslist and say, I digitize tapes, and actually make money from it. Why not?
Let me update everybody really quick, Lori, because I know when you came in, you brought in 7,500 of our Protis units. I am now down to 780. So we have gone through 6,800 of you have already picked this up. And I'm so glad for you, because even if you just save one of those tapes, is it not worth $149 to have that family reunion, that wedding video that maybe you had, pictures of maybe your grandparents who are no longer with us, images, videos of them? That's what this is all about. If you've got old VHS tapes, if you have old camcorders, digital cameras, doesn't matter, because you can make photo albums out of these as well, and put it onto DVD, and you can do it very easily.
You can do it with music. This is going to do everything for you. We're going to run you through the list of all of the stuff that this does, because it's incredible. It records your video, your music, your photos. It records from VCRs, your DVD players. So if you've got a favorite movie on DVD and you want to burn it onto a USB drive, you can do that. If you have a DVR full of your favorite TV shows, burn them onto disc instead of buying the box set. It's gonna save you a fortune. Digital cameras, camcorders, helmet cams, dash cams, anything that plugs in with AV out can plug into the Protus. You can record and view in 1080p high definition, so full high definition resolution on this. You have a big, bright, beautiful 3-inch screen built right in, nearly 3 inches, and an HDMI input. So again, you don't need a computer for this. You don't need a monitor for this. You can walk up to this with any camera, any camcorder, anything, and plug it right in. I'm actually digitizing some of the photographs off of my camera now. I want to put those onto another memory card. I'm going to be able to do that without a computer. So it's really, really cool, really easy for you to use. And with this great menu, it's so simple too. All it says is you're going to record from what onto what. That's it. So you're simply selecting.
Easy to do,
Yep, you just arrow down to what you want to, what your input is. So if my input is going to be my memory card, I simply select that, and then I'm going to put everything onto DVD disc. That was my other selection. You press go, and it goes, and that is literally all there is to it. It's burning the files as we speak. When it's done, the DVD pops out of the tray.
All right, here's what I now have. I got about 500 or 600 left out of our huge quantity of 7,500. We will put our left counter up. This doesn't include, I have 450 people online, so I'm assuming there's a bunch of them that are buying Protis. We don't get to show this very often. You know, we've had, in the past, we've had some machines where we could take, you know, we could take VHS and record them on a DVD, but that's pretty much all they would do. This, you have the ability to do so many different other things, and with your pictures, all kinds of great stuff.
Right.
To hang on to your memories, but once those memories are gone, they're gone forever.
Well,
so don't wait.
That's just it. You want to really take initiative. You don't want to let them fade away. You don't want to let them degrade. This video of my husband from when he was 2 years old, he looks identical to our 2-year-old baby boy. It's crazy. If I had let this go away, I would have never forgiven myself. What about the family members you talked about? The ones that have passed away that haven't been with us for many, many decades. The videotapes that we have of those old family members. Look, this is my husband's family right here on the Protus that we're playing off of the VCR. A lot of these people I never had the opportunity to meet. They were long gone before I entered the family. And I don't want to miss out on these memories. I want to not only experience them for myself, I want to pass these along to my son and our future generations.
That looks like originally it was probably Super 8.
This was Super 8.
Yeah,
this was transferred over.
That's 8mm that probably went over to, might have gone to beta first before it went to...
then to VHS. But think about this. You said discs. These are at least 100-year medium, so these are meant to last. But when you have it digital, when you can take this to any computer and pop it in, and then put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, then it lives digitally forever. Then there is no lifespan to it.
There.
You don't worry about it degrading.
And then you can go on your computer and show your friends and family videos that you had when you were little. I can show those to Danny. You can show those to anybody in your family. It's right there.
Torture my husband and show him eating cheese as a baby on every single device in the house.
And look, she even made a movie out of Kenny eating. Here's Kenny saying, "Hi, welcome to the dairy. I'll be eating a lot of dairy products coming up over the next few moments. I'll start with cheese, and then I'll wash it down with a nice
big jug of milk.
Bottle of milk. Plan on eating yogurt a little bit later, and then have some more cheese." That's the story of Kenny. Obviously, no issues,
farm, right?
no lactose intolerant child there.
Not around here.
But listen, we can joke and we can have fun with that because we still have those memories. And I will tell you some of the funniest things, and you know this as well as I do, some of the funniest things we have are movies when we were kids.
Oh my gosh.
And our kids find them incredibly crazy. They're like, "Oh my gosh, look, there's my dad when he was like 7.
Right.
I have, honestly, there's a picture of me in little lace tie-up ski boots. So, you know, it's back in the day. And Lori, I'm like this tall, and I'm just gonna walking in the snow like this. It's freaking hilarious.
So
and you're like,
cute.
You can't believe that's you.
You can't believe it's baby guy.
Your kids look at it and they're like, because to our kids, we were never kids.
I know, it's so
we just
weird.
born like this, right?
It's so weird to think you were ever that small.
Save the memories. I have 528 left, 527, 525. You can see how quickly the counter's going down, and I only have 2 minutes left, and this could very easily sell out. You're gonna love it. You know what I think is great about this technology too, Lori, is it's not hard to use.
It's so easy.
I love how it guides you through. It says, what do you want to put in here?
Right.
And then it just tells you, well, okay, well, let's move it over to a DVD.
What are you transferring? Are you transferring from a device? Are you transferring from a memory card, from a USB? Are you transferring from something to what? Is it going to be onto a disc? Is it going to be onto a USB drive? Is it going to be onto an SD card? You can transfer anything to anything without a computer with the Protus. So I just did a quick little digitization. I simply pressed the big red button and then stop when I was done. Yep. And then as soon as it's finished, it burns onto the disc. If you put this in data mode, which is really easy to do, it's right in the menu, then you're going to be able to re-record over and over and over again on the disc until it's full. So you just keep adding to the last clip and the last clip. So again, think about all of the VHS tapes you have in your life might be able to fit on a disc or two. And we're loading up with 15 of these DVD discs. So you can get rid of all this space this is taking up in your home. You don't have to keep this material anymore, because I'll tell you what, one day you're going to pop this into the VCR and it's going to break and you won't get to watch it again.
I think a lot of people are buying this too to take their digital pictures and put them onto a DVD too, because that's a huge thing when it comes to, you know, old pictures, old films, things like that maybe you've got on some other format and you want to finally, or they're just locked into on a memory card, and you want to be able to put them on a disc just so you have those, and then you can put them in your little library, and then you can give them to your kids. You know, someday here's the pictures from 19, you know, whatever it was when we were young, and you've got documentation of that. You know, Paul brought up a good point. You know, kids are lucky today because everything is social media and everything's digital. It's all there.
Everything's digital.
So you don't have any issue of saving things forever. But when we were kids, we couldn't do that. Now, obviously, we don't want that to go away. Right. So we have one option, and that is to digitize our memories. And this machine is what it does.
It does everything.
Yeah.
It'll transfer anything to anything. You simply plug in your source, whether it's a VCR, pick one up at a thrift store like I did for cheap, $5 if you don't have a working one, but you may have a working one at home, so check that first, because these aren't being manufactured anymore. This is your last chance to digitize your family memories. And this could be a great gift that you give for the holiday season. Maybe you give the DVD disc to Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah, don't forget we're giving you a whole bunch of discs, right? We're getting you started. 15 discs to go. So those will come along with it, with the machine. Wrap it up, put it under the tree. You're gonna love it. Makes a great gift for somebody too.
Such a great gift, and it's so lightweight. Take it to everybody's house.
Unfortunately, we gotta go because I got 392 left and I got 533 people online. So if you're shopping with us, stick with it. A lot of people are getting other things too, so don't go away. Lori's coming back at 5.
Happy Thanksgiving.
With her velvet.
Happy
I like your velvet jacket.
Thank you. It's cranberry color.
It is cranberry.
It's making me hungry.
Sure, it's not aubergine.